As you can see, Corey Baumeister on the right. What's a beautiful specimen. The best Magic player in the world, has won 2 Pro Tours at the same event. And he is playing blue-white Delver. Daniel, all right, let's talk about this deck list because Jund Ramp is interesting. What is in this deck, Jake?
Jund Ramp is a deck that was popularized by Conley Woods.
I remember that.
At Grand Prix Orlando at the end of last year, I believe.
Yes.
That was a Grand Prix where Conley beat Patrick Chapin in the finals, both of them playing decks that were very much tuned to beat Delver. Yes. So Daniel Nakamura's deck is... McNamara. All right, I'm just going to call him Shuhei McNamara.
Shuhei McNamara.
But his deck seems like it's really well tuned to do well against Delver. He has 2 Whip Flares, 3 Black Sun Zenith, a Doomblade, Go for the Throat, 2 Huntmasters, 3 Thrag Tusks.
Yes, so the game has started, and we see Evolving Wilds on the left against a Delver that stays a Delver on the right. The one interesting thing is Daniel is not playing any curses, which usually are very good against Delver decks.
Yeah. Yeah, Curse isn't quite what it used to be against the Delver decks. I mean, the Delver decks used to be much more...
reliant on X1s.
Yeah.
So Ponder he keeps, and he just probes using the mana because he knows what the top card is. He's not going to have another 1-drop. And he's going to see a very unique ramp strategy. I think, all right, Corey knows that he's on camera, and he's like, all right, I'll let you guys see it. But a Swamp and Rampant Growth are going to go get a Mountain. But then Daniel's going to have to naturally draw another mana source to be able to play that Solemn into a Thragtusk or Titan, and also 2 Huntmaster. So a bunch of mid-range clunk in the middle of the game. If Corey can stop that from happening, then he might be able to control this game. But if this could get out of hand very easily. So much life in that hand. 5 from the Thragtusk, 2 from each Huntmaster. That's a total of 9 life that he can gain just by simply casting his spells and putting a board presence on.
Yeah, so Daniel dropping to 19 here, but basically what it really comes down to right now, or what it looks like that it's going to come down to, is whether or not Daniel is going to be able to draw land this turn or the next one.
Yes.
Because if he draws a land on either of those turns, he's in a pretty good spot. So it looks like the one card he drew was not a land.
Could you tell? I could not tell.
I believe it was Grave Titan.
Ooh. Grave Titan is a powerful spell. It has a lot of protection against Vapor Snag, which is great about this ramp deck. Has all of its spells don't really get Vapor Snag like a lot of these ramp decks sometimes. Infernal Titan, sure, comes down, deals 3, but goes back to the hand, doesn't deal with the Geist. Those zombie tokens will deal with Geist of Saint Traft if Corey has that. So now, and because Corey did probe flip, he's going to do it before he shows. What a baller. Flips that Delver Secrets into an Insectile Aberration. Now it's a 3/2 flyer. Going to be able to get a lot of damage in regardless of if Daniel has ramp or not. Probe with life is going to not only get Corey a card deeper, but save his mana for a mana leak that he might have.
All right, so sees that his opponent needs to top deck a land this next turn if he wants to have any action at all.
Yeah, ripped a Primeval Titan. Corey draws a card. Keeping his hand... I mean, he definitely wanted us to see what Daniel's hand was, but wasn't going to show us his. So he plays a Pike, and he's like, all right, buddy, don't draw a land.
Don't draw a land. Big money, big money.
I will be able to race a lot of your stuff if you don't draw a land. All right.
And it's a Rampant Growth, so...
All right, so he'll be able to have access to mana next turn, but this is a very slow, clunky draw for a ramp deck. Turn 3 without being able to play either a Solemn or a Huntmaster means that not only is he going to do that on turn 4, which is the natural turn when a ramp deck doesn't really want that to happen, but Corey's going to be able to set up 6 damage, if not more, using a Pike that has 3 instant sorcerers in the graveyard along with the Insectile Aberration.
Yeah, and we never know. I mean, Corey could have a Thought Scour for the end step, and that Pike could get really out of hand. Yeah,
it could be a 2-turn window that Daniel has to draw a removal spell or a land to play a Thragtusk just to survive. All right, untap. Corey has a 4th land. This is going to let him have Mana Leak mana open if he has one, along with piking up that Insectile Aberration. So I saw Restoration Angel. I don't know what else is in his hand. Corey's foe is starting to come out again. He definitely has one of those big old froze when he wants to grow it out.
Yeah, I think his hair really wants to be an afro, and
he
tries to tame it, but
he's a cheetah pet. He really is.
All right, so he's gonna equip this pike. Probably just gonna gut shot Daniel in the face.
Yeah, this is gonna
Daniel down to 15. He cracks in for 7 here.
So the game is over if Corey has a mountain and Daniel does not draw a Cavern of Souls that is not in his deck. Oh, he does have 2 Cavern of Souls.
So does Corey have Mana Leak in hand?
I don't know. I didn't see it. I know he has a Restoration Angel.
Yeah, Mana Leak would be very, very good here.
All right, so Huntmaster does resolve. No Mana Leak.
Okay.
The game does continue.
Yeah, the game is not over yet.
So what this is going to do is it's going to force Corey to play a spell on each turn. But because he has Restoration Angel, he can simply just attack, dropping Daniel down very low and just play Restoration Angel, and then Daniel would then have to just say go to kill one of his creatures, but then just the Angel Pike kills him. So Corey's definitely in the driver's seat. This is going to drop Daniel 2/3 life. Oh no, yeah, 2/3 life.
Let's see.
And Corey just might Restoration Angel and choose not to flip that Insect Elaboration into a Delver. Yeah, that's what he does. So what can Daniel do?
Daniel at 3, pondering his options here.
All right, he passes the turn.
Passes the turn.
All right. In response, all right, it's going to bounce that token, or bounce the Huntmaster, allowing it not to flip into a Ravager and shoot the Insect Elaboration, and the game is over. Corey wins game 1. Let's move to sideboarding. On Corey's side, he has 2 Dissipates that are awesome in this matchup, along with some Phantasmal Images that he might want to bring in. There is no Ghost Quarters. It's not like the strategy that we used to have, like back around Nashville, the Open in Nashville, where Jerry and all of us played like a Ghost Quarter and 4
images.
Four images along with some Consecrated Sphinxes.
Go grab it.
Yeah, so he's going to bring in these Dissipates. Gut shots are pretty bad in this matchup, so I bet Corey will also bring in a Purge or 2, hopefully, maybe some images. I was talking with him earlier today. He's like, man, I'm so rusty. Getting back in. He hasn't played Physical Magic in like 8 months since Worlds last year.
Yeah, but I mean, 4-1 here under the camera again. Corey Baumeister, somebody.
The guy does
interesting.
work.
Yeah, something that's really interesting about your brother is that, despite never having the finishes that you would expect from somebody who has played on the Pro Tour as much as him and as consistently as him, he always managed to get there onto the Pro Tour. He would play in a bunch of PDQs, and if he didn't win one, he did well enough at all of them that his rating would have been high enough. And now you can't get rating invites anymore, but the way it used to work, like, he would very easily be top, usually he was in the top 25 in the world when you looked at it.
Yeah, he never missed a day 2 either.
Yeah, never missed a day 2 at the Pro Tour.
Always making day 2, always keeping his head focused. A lot of the tournaments, he played in 3 Worlds, and a lot of the Worlds, like his downfalls, were modern or extended. The old formats kind of got him because he knows the formats that he plays, and once he figures out all the cards that could potentially be in every deck, he's very good. But when it comes down to like a format like Modern, he's always struggled. Man, I remember he went to his first Worlds. He's played 4 Worlds. Yeah, 2007 or 8, he played Worlds, and he played against Shuhei Nakamura round 1 of day 2 of draft after he was like 3-3 or 4-2 or something. I can't remember. And he's just like, oh man, I play Shuhei, and just smashed him with Broodmate Dragon.
Yeah, and I was there.
Yeah.
You sent him the cake.
I sent Corey a cake that, what did it, fail cake.
It was a fail cake.
My friend made fail cake popular. Whenever you did bad at a tournament, you'd send or make someone a fail cake. That's just a cake. That's a good tasting cake.
Do you have the picture of me eating fail cake, by the way? Do you remember that picture?
I never saw a picture of you eating fail cake.
I definitely sent you a picture of me like crying.
Oh
while
yeah, I
eating cake.
do. It's in my email somewhere.
You have to. We have
to
never
find
used
it
for anything.
We have to find it today.
We should probably find that. Put it up on.
All right.
Put it up for you guys.
I'm gonna do a mission. Let's switch spots. I'm on a mission real quick. We'll commentate and find this picture for you guys before the end of this round.
Yeah. So, Brad at the time was really into fail cake. This was a couple years ago, and I went to go play in a PDQ, and the 2 PDQs I had played prior to that were, I think, were both within a 2-month time frame. And I'd come in 2nd place at one of them and top 4 the other one. So I was going to this PDQ, I was like, you know, I've been doing really well at these PDQs, I really want to qualify, this time I'm going to do it. And I practiced so much with this blue-white deck that Brad had built. And Brad and I played it a ton, and he basically taught me how to play the deck. So then I lost in the finals of the PDQ. And Brad convinced Tara, who at the time was my girlfriend, now she's my wife, but he convinced her to make me a cake, a fail cake. And
what's your email?
Jacob.vanlunen.
All right, digging for this picture.
It's kind of old, right?
It's gonna be very old.
Yeah.
All right, but yeah, so they're sideboarding right now. These pictures are so good.
You guys are gonna love this. But yeah, looking at Daniel McNamara's sideboard, not knowing what he's playing against, he may want to bring in a card like Ancient Grudge, but it's not very good against Corey's list. Another Black Sun Zenith is going to be quite good for him. He's going to want another copy of Go for the Throat for sure. Nihil Spellbombs, he saw Pike, and he knows that Corey's playing Snapcaster Mage, so he's probably going to want to bring those in. All right, and Corey leads, or rather, Daniel starts things off by playing an Evolving Wilds, and Corey has a Ponder for turn 1. Daniel, on Corey's end step, popping that Evolving Wilds to grab himself a Swamp. Let's see, and I believe Brad has found...
Oh yeah, they've been sent. Your guys are gonna get pictures after this round's over.
Yeah, Brad has found the fail cake photos of me after I lost in the finals of a PDQ and was given a fail cake. All right, so turn 2 here for Daniel. Looks like this hand is much better for him. He has the Whip Flare he needs. He has all the mana he's gonna need, but no ramp for Daniel here, so...
It's fine. Either you can control them with removal spells or ramp spells. It's all the same. All right, so...
Woodland Cemetery comes down, and Daniel's mana is just about perfect here. So Corey with an empty Pike at this point, but that Pike can grow really big, really fast.
Especially with the protection of a Restoration Angel. It's very hard to kill a Restoration Angel out of a Jund ramp deck.
Yeah.
So here comes a Whip Flare dealing with the Geist of St. Traft.
A perfect answer there.
Show us your hand, Corey. Oh yeah, perfect. Yeah, Corey's like, yeah, I got another. It's fine.
Yeah. Don't worry, guys. We got this.
So now, if Daniel puts something in the way, Corey is going to be able to just Pike or Restoration Angel to get around it, because they did turn 1 Ponder, which did give him 1 pump for the Geist. So there comes a Solemn. Solemn's going to resolve, go get a land. Corey will be able to equip an attack, killing the Solemn and keeping the Geist of St. Traft on the board. Now, you'd be afraid if your opponent had 2 open mana for like an Ancient Grudge, but you don't have to worry about it with 1. No Jund player that runs green and red would ever smelt over Grudge.
Yeah, that would just be crazy.
That would be insane.
Another option Corey has here is to just attack with the Geist and Angel it away after the block. But I think he's just going to go for the value here.
All right, so Angel,
with this.
Angel Pen token.
Yeah, that is an angelic pen I see there.
All right, so dropping Daniel to 16, and he gets to draw a card off the top. And Corey passes the turn. So the big question is, does he have a mana leak? Daniel has access to 5 mana now. 6, sorry, actually 7. All right, so Mana Leak is not going to be able to counter this spell, which is Black Sun for 2. That's going to kill the Geist and get shuffled back into his library. Have you ever won a game just by casting Black Sun Zenith and decking the opponent?
No. Have you?
Yeah, I won a game at Baltimore GP where my creature opponent had no way to deal with the Black Sun. He was just like, yeah, I just keep casting creatures. And I just had 3 Black Suns as my only deck.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I've had games where I've had that plan in mind and then not needed to use it. But,
Oh, sure.
you know.
Alright, so Corey takes his turn. You're going to find a Delver, keep up Dissipate mana probably.
Yeah, seems pretty good. Now, how many copies does Daniel have
Ooh,
of
there's an
Cavern of
Ancient
Souls?
Grudge.
An Ancient Grudge, and that's probably fine. I mean, Corey, probably not too upset about that. Currently, the play is 0.
Oh, he has a 1 because of the Ponder, I think. Didn't he turn 1 Ponder?
Oh, he did turn 1 Ponder.
He
Okay.
played a blue spell. I was looking up the email when that happened, but he did play a blue spell on turn 1. And he has access to 2 Cavern of Souls if he draws them.
Alright, so...
Alright, so I think Daniel said go, and Corey is activating a Spirit, or Moorland Haunt, removing one of the 2 Geists from his graveyard to make a Spirit token.
Seems reasonable
Does
enough.
not flip his Delver. So is that a Titan in Daniel's hand?
Looks like it.
Is he just like waiting for 1 extra mana?
I think so. So he just wants to play around Mana Leak here. He's keeping those 3 lands separated from his other lands.
Oh no, is that a Karn? I don't know what the card that is. It looks like a Karn.
Just hanging out, trying to make Corey's Mana Leaks dead.
Alright, the big question is, does Corey have a Dissipate? There's 2 mana. 3. What is Daniel going to do? What is he trying to accomplish right now? Another, oh, a Huntmaster.
Baumeister, that's pretty good here.
That's very good here. That's going to force Corey, after the game's been going for a long time, to try to play around, or try to play a spell each turn. He can't do that. If he has to Dissipate, he just has to get rid of it now.
It really does.
And with Corey thinking, I do feel like he might have a Dissipate. But he probably doesn't have a Snapcaster, because I think you just automatically Dissipate if you have a Snapcaster.
The problem is I mean, you can't really race it, and playing a spell every single turn is just going to be too difficult.
Yeah, so Dissipate comes down, countering the Huntmaster. Daniel's like, man, played around Mana Leak and everything.
Yeah.
So Corey needs to either find a bunch more pressure or make sure he has access to Snapcaster Mage to get back that Dissipate.
And another land for Corey. That's definitely not what he wants to see here.
Alright, so 2 damage in, dropping Daniel to 12.
Corey most likely just going to pass the turn here.
No,
Oh,
playing
no.
a Geist. He doesn't have much counter magic. He knows the game's going to be over pretty soon. He needs to just apply a lot of pressure. Hope Daniel doesn't have any removal spells. Might have a Vapor Snag. Hope he plays like a Primeval Titan or something. Or maybe he has another Dissipate.
I mean, that would just be clutch.
Yeah.
That's the Corey I remember.
That is the Corey I remember too. That's also the Brad I remember. What card do I need? Oh, the 1 of. Alright, I'll just play that. Alright, what's Daniel going to do? He's thinking real hard. This is like a pivotal turn in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Pivotal turn.
This matters a lot. He's played around Mana Leak this whole game.
He still can play around Mana Leak if that's a Black Sun. I don't know if it is. It looks really black to not be a Black Sun.
I think it's a Grave Titan.
You think it's a Grave Titan?
Oh wait, it looks like he has a land in his hand, so he can play around Mana Leak and play a Titan this turn. So I don't know what the whole...
I think it's either... Interesting. I think he wants to see if Corey's going to bite and block. because if he doesn't, he has naturally drawn Wolf Run, so he can pump for 4, but that could race. Well, no, because then Corey could make 1 token and block it next turn, and it doesn't pump for enough. So right here, it's just going to deal 5. I don't know, if it deals 5 and he has another land, then next turn he can pump for 6 and he blocks for 1. So this is actually interesting. Like, this might be a way to resolve. Like, this puts Corey in an interesting spot. Yeah, it's a great line. If he doesn't, if he blocks, then like Daniel can resolve a Titan. If he doesn't, he just pumps it. All right, so he's gonna pump, making it 5 damage. Now let's see if Corey takes it. Doesn't have a Vapor Snake. He's gonna make a Spirit. Again, does not. Draws another land. 6, 7, 8, 9 damage. He's going to keep both Spirits back so he can double block that Ink Moth. This is going to deal 7 damage to Daniel.
Yeah, and that's exactly what he needs to do.
Yes, no, now these 2 Spirit tokens, if Daniel draws a land, are going to be enough to block the Ink Moth, even if it pumps for full value, and go to 9 Infect. This is actually a pretty tense game.
Yeah, it's a really tense game. Well played by both parties. Some quick math by Corey there. You know, no hesitation whatsoever.
I mean, you can't really talk him up while he's just trying to sneak that Angel into play.
Yeah.
Wait, too much time has passed, guys. That's in play now. All right.
That is kind of how the float new rules work, right? If he untaps with that
Wait,
angel, that angel's just there.
You're telling me that my opponent can... There it goes. You're telling me that my opponent can threaten my Huntmaster and then flip it? Because I screwed up. That's my favorite rule of all time. I guess if you're not going to use its ability, I will. So Daniel is thinking... He's got... Like, I want to know what cards are saying, because they all look like big monsters. Oh, that was a Swamp, not a Black Sun Zenith. Alright, here's 5 mana for a Thragtusk.
Thragtusk.
Ooh.
It's a pretty good one.
That resolves. It's going to put Daniel to 10.
Does Corey have another Spirit? I believe he does, right? One more?
No, I think he's out. 2 Geists. Restoration Angel, though. Oh, wow. Why didn't he attack the Spirits if he had Restoration Angel?
I don't know what's going on here.
Yeah, I'm very confused why he wouldn't just attack with the Spirits and then Restoration. Unless he really wanted to, like... He wanted to... He assumed that Daniel might have a removal spell. Alright, go for the throat. Takes down the Restoration Angel. That can make a token now. He shouldn't have done that at end of turn.
Definitely not.
Because now Corey can make a token with that Restoration Angel.
And
he could have waited till
if
upkeep.
Corey flips it, he wins, yep.
Oh,
so he can just send team and...
Well, no, there's an Ink Moth. There's an Ink Moth still
there's an Ink Moth
untapped.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Never mind.
Now Corey just mana leaked for no value last turn. Well, then he went to be able to make a token. So he's just going to probe. We have a mana leak, snap mana leak. If he only has 1 Ink Moth, I don't mind just attacking with the team.
No, he has 2 Ink Moths, right?
He does have 2 Ink Moths?
Yep.
Does he? I'm confused. This only deals 9. He doesn't have to block with Ink Moth if he doesn't attack the whole team. I cannot tell if there's 2 ink moths or not, but I don't think Corey would make this attack if there's 2 ink moths. You can see 2 ink moths. So this blocks there. Oh, because the Geist is going to die. And the 1 token, how much mana does that leave him with? That only leaves him with 5. So if Daniel doesn't top deck a land, he can block one of them? I'm still confused.
No, can't Daniel just block the Angel and not block the Geist?
No, I mean he's gonna block, right?
Why?
I don't know.
I mean, if you block
Because your
the
Delver
Geist,
player still has like 3 cards in him.
I guess, but then you can't win.
This is really interesting.
Like, if Daniel doesn't block this Geist, he just wins, right?
Well, depending, I don't know what's in Corey's hand. I saw mana like, does he not have? If he doesn't block, I think Corey has to like Snapcast or Ponder. All right, so those are gonna block. Daniel's gonna take 6. Now what does he do with his turn? Because if there's an Ink Moth, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. He can deal 5 Infect. If he top decks a land, he can deal 6. This I'm just so I gotta remember to speak. I'm not even breathing.
Yeah, this is a very tight game.
Yeah, I just need to know what's in Corey's hand. I can't see him making that play if he was dead to a land, because he wasn't dead to many things. Attack with just the Insectile Aberration, then next turn you can like lethal him some way.
Somehow, some way.
It's
lethal
1
damage.
Yeah, that's gonna be lethal. Oh, he did have. Okay, so he had a restoration. Okay, so we didn't see the angel.
So, yeah. So all along, this was never quite as close as we thought it was.
But because
But I
Corey
mean, it
keeps his
felt-
hand so close to the chest,
Yeah, man, that was
it was
exciting.
a little stressful, yeah. So he's going to be able to pump for 5. That's going to deal 2 trample.
Yeah, 2 trample damage to Corey.
And
Corey goes to 7 infect. Corey goes to 15. Corey attacks Daniel. The game ends.
Daniel's just waiting for it. He's like, just take your
Well played,
turn.
Corey.
Don't have 6. Corey, don't have 6. Okay, he didn't have 6. Good. All right, Corey takes the match. That leaves him at 5-1. After losing round 1, he's on a tear of 5-0. I don't want to jinx my brother, but I'm the only person in the family that can go on 10-0 streaks. I'm sorry, I'm the only one.